I've always had a fascination with the 19th century. I had always been kind of interested in the Industrial Revolution particularly. So steampunk was kind of a natural. Steampunk is a mashup of modern and historical elements. It's sort of an idealized 19th century. It's the way the past should have been, the way we wish it was.
It bridges so many things, whether it be clothing or music
Girl Genius, it's a webcomic. It's everywhere.
You know, I often describe it as the intersection of romance and technology, or romance and science. Come on in here and I'll show you some of the stuff I made. I make all kinds of things. I make computer modifications. This is my current workstation. It's very Victorian. I make Altoid tins that I etch with salt water and electricity. I believe this is a brewery in Milwaukee from the turn of the century. I make school buses into recreational vehicles. I make things out of brass. I make a lot of things out of brass. I like brass a lot. I like the way it looks. It's sort of like a blue-collar gold. This was probably the first steampunk project that was really big on the web. I had actually purchased these typewriter keys. You can buy typewriter keys on eBay. I was cleaning out my closet one day and I came across this old IBM Model M keyboard. It's an iconic keyboard. Geeks of all stripe love these keyboards. And I pulled it out and I said, oh, hey, I could use the keys on that and make this old-fashioned looking computer keyboard. These are gas lamp extension arms. There, that's just laser printed pictures of marble with a layer of polyurethane over it and then gold paint for the rest of it. You know, this is probably the most directly Jules Verne inspired thing that I've done. Disney's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea really contained a lot of the canonical steampunk aesthetic. The Nautilus has created for that film is classic steampunk. You know, the real intent was to make this look like it would look at home in Captain Nemo's cabin. So as he was typing out his report at the end of the day, though, you know what, Nemo didn't really have to report to anyone, did he? So this is my current long-term project. Next step is the cosmetic work. I'm going to paint it black. I've got plenty of brass fittings planned for it. This is going to be a coach lamp for the sides of my car. I wanted to make coach lamps from an alternative universe. The main body of the lamp is made from a pair of brass goblets. This is one of the perennial items that I find at the dump all the time. That's the shape for the body of the lamp. I like that shape. Making things out of found materials, you're limited by what you have. Then you put two things together and they make a certain shape, and then you realize, oh, this other shape would look really good here. Oh, but I don't have that, but I do have this. And oh, that looks really cool here. That limitation can actually be really pretty freeing. Dead bugs. The rest of it were all brass lamp parts, which I cut and changed and flipped around and soldered together to assemble what looks like a pretty cool lamp. And then just last week I was at the local craft store and they had next to the cash register fake glass rubies. I had no idea what I was going to use them for, but I you know, I had to have some. Turns out to be ideal for the back of the lamp. Oh yeah. This is a pilot light lens from, you know, I think it may be an old tube tester, old piece of electronic equipment. And I think it will go perfectly right here. That came out pretty nicely. The car is definitely a long-term project, and it's going to be a while before I actually mount the side lamp. But this, I think, really sets the tone. I like that. A year or two down the line, I would like to put an actual steam power plant into this. I like my stuff to look different from everybody else's. A couple years ago, I bought an electric guitar. I wanted to learn how to play. I had been thinking about techniques for putting images on brass. As a test piece, I decided I'd make a pick guard for this guitar. For the design, I decided I wanted to make it sort of look like there was a clock escapement set into the face of the guitar. It's actually a combination of two processes. The first process is one used by electronics hobbyists for transferring images onto printed circuit boards, for making one-of-a-kind printed circuit boards. Oh, looks pretty nice. That's very good. This is copper sulfate solution. It's used to kill roots in your sewer pipes. The second process is a 19th century process that was developed for making etchings that you would then print prints from. Oh, this is the battery from our old minivan. The negative or cathode is connected to the grid to which all the copper will be attracted. You can see the reaction is beginning. The raw copper is falling away. So this seems to be etching pretty nicely. That is all the material that came off of the pick guard. And I'm just feeling how deep the etch is. It looks like it's about 0.5 millimeter deep, which is about where we want it. Hey guys,
hey.
Look how it came out.
Oh, cool.
This is the same stuff we dump in the pool to keep algae from growing.
Oh, good.
No algae growing on your hands anymore?
You got it, babe. Yeah, I think that's gonna look pretty good. Next thing I'll do is I'll put a coat of paint on and I'll squeegee the paint off the shiny parts and it'll be finished. I'm really, really happy with how this piece came out. And I really wish that I knew how to play it. What we have here is a Wimshurst machine. This is a static electricity generator.
So why did you come here tonight?
To meet Jake Von Slatt.
To meet Jake Von Slatt. I've fallen in love with the world of steampunk. I just think that it's a fascinating world and something that we've really kind of lost in the high-tech, fast-paced world that we've got going on.
This is an iPod.
To me, the cool thing was that he lists how to do all this
You
stuff.
can go out and get it, if you can ever find the brass.
The web connected me with this whole community of people doing similar things. People write to me and say, you know, I've always loved this stuff. Wow, there's a name for what I am.
You throw a piece of brass on the back of your head and everyone knows you're steampunk.
I think I'm a bit more aristocratic, but I still like to keep myself protected should I have a mechanical problem and need to fix something.
I was the chauffeur tonight, so I'm the airship captain of the evening.
Just recently, I was put in touch with a local band. They're going to start touring the country, so they purchased an old diesel school bus, which they are converting to living quarters.
Oh man, look at that.
I had all these RV parts. They came on out for a visit, and I loaded their car right up to the ceiling with all of the spare parts that I didn't use in my project.
Hey!
They've converted the bus to run on waste vegetable oil.
Steampunk is a DIY ethic. Do it yourself, celebrate the mechanics of something, create your own situation that you really know the ins and outs of.
Jake Von Slatt is the person who gave us our sinks and our stove and our water heater and basically all the organs for our bus. So we're celebrating him and them.
Objects to these objects. They are frail little lock sets.
What makes steampunk important is the community it's created. I think it's created an incredibly diverse community of 65-year-old steam hobbyists in the UK, fans of goth industrial music in Seattle, people who are interested in making clothes and steampunk fashion, making jewelry. So my greatest hope for steampunk is that it continues to attract people to a really wonderful community.
Steampunk captures a bygone era when steam powered the world. What began when maker Thomas Newcomen built a huge pump to clear water from flooded mines went on to power the Industrial Revolution. Today, steam still spins the turbines that generate most of our electricity, no matter if the energy source is coal or nuclear fission. And after centuries of industrial steam power, maker Michael Goldfarb is turning steam into personal power. His team at Vanderbilt University has developed a steam-powered prosthetic arm. 4 times stronger and faster than the standard prosthetic. No wonder, it runs on rocket fuel. Its tiny power supply of hydrogen peroxide can run the arm for 18 hours, when most people would run out of steam.
Major funding for Make is provided by Geek Squad.